Today, we're going to look at 3 hotels that had horrific murders and that are now haunted by the deceased. We'll go through the murders and talk about the hauntings you'd expect to experience if you stay the night there. But before we get into the list, please subscribe to our channel and like this video so we can bring you more haunting content. So, let's get into it. The Coral Gables Biltmore Hotel, a majestic and historic landmark in Miami, Florida, exudes an aura of opulence and grandeur. Yet beneath its elegant facade lies a sinister tale of hauntings and mysterious occurrences that have haunted the hotel for decades. Built in the 1920s, the Biltmore Hotel has a rich history that includes hosting celebrities, political figures, and even gangsters during the Prohibition era. However, it's not just the living who have graced its halls, it's the spirits from the past who refuse to check out. One of the most famous ghosts said to haunt the Biltmore is the spirit of Thomas Fatty Walsh. Fatty was a notorious gangster who frequented the hotel during its heyday. Legend has it that he met a gruesome end in room 1430, a place where debauchery and criminal dealings were said to take place. To this day, guests report strange occurrences in this room, from sudden temperature drops to disembodied voices whispering in the dead of night. Another infamous tale revolves around the hotel's grand ballroom. In the 1930s, a tragic incident occurred during a Halloween party. A costume-clad couple was dancing energetically when suddenly, the woman's long dress caught fire from a candle's flame. In a desperate attempt to save her, her partner spun her around, causing the fire to spread. Both lost their lives in the flames, and it is said that their spirits continue to dance in the ballroom. Guests have reported hearing faint music and witnessing ghostly figures twirling across the dance floor when the room is empty. The Biltmore's haunted history extends beyond just these 2 famous spirits. In various parts of the hotel, guests and staff have encountered apparitions, unexplained noises, and mysterious shadows. The 13th floor, which is said to be cursed and inaccessible to guests, is rumored to be a hotbed of paranormal activity. Some have claimed to hear laughter and whispers coming from that forbidden floor. The basement of the Biltmore also harbors its own set of eerie tales. It was once used as a morgue during World War II when the hotel served as a hospital for injured soldiers. Visitors have reported feeling a heavy, oppressive atmosphere and hearing the cries of the wounded soldiers who never left. Even the pool area has not been spared from spectral encounters. Guests relaxing by the pool have seen wet footprints mysteriously appearing and disappearing as if someone were walking on water. Some have even felt ghostly hands brush against their skin. Whether it's Fatty Walsh, the ill-fated couple in the ballroom, or the countless other restless souls, the Biltmore Hotel continues to be a place where the past refuses to rest, and the line between the living and the dead becomes blurred in a chilling dance of history and hauntings. In the quiet town of Villisca, Iowa, there stands a house that has been shrouded in darkness and tragedy for over a century. The Villisca Axe Murder House, as it is now infamously known, is a place where nightmares become reality and the past never truly rests. Even though it's not technically a hotel, you can book to stay the night there. It's such a gruesome story, we just couldn't leave it out of this list. It was a warm summer evening on June 10, 1912, when the Moore family, consisting of Josiah and Sarah Moore and their 4 children, invited 2 young girls, Lena and Ina Stillinger, to spend the night at their house. The Moores were a respected and well-liked family in the community, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Little did they know, this night would become a terrifying chapter in their town's history. As night fell, the house on 2nd Street turned into a haven of horrors. An unknown intruder entered the home, armed with an axe, and began his gruesome work. He started with the parents, Josiah and Sarah, striking them repeatedly in their sleep, their cries for help silenced forever. The children, Herman, Catherine, Boyd, and Paul, met the same brutal fate. But the horror did not end there. The killer then turned his attention to the Stillinger sisters, who were sleeping soundly in a guest bedroom. the axe descended upon them with the same merciless force, ending their lives in a pool of blood. The house was now a scene of unimaginable carnage. The morning sun revealed the gruesome tableau to the shocked townsfolk. Panic spread like wildfire as news of the Villisca axe murders echoed through the town. The entire community was in turmoil, unable to comprehend the sheer brutality of the crime. No one could explain why this peaceful family and two innocent guests had met such a gruesome end. As investigators combed through the house, they discovered a series of bizarre and unsettling clues. The killer had covered the victims' faces with clothing, possibly out of a twisted sense of respect or to hide the expressions of terror they had worn in their final moments. He had also left behind a plate of uneaten food in the kitchen and lingered in the house for hours after the murders. Despite extensive efforts, the authorities were unable to identify the killer. Suspects came and went, but the case remained unsolved. Over the years, the Villisca Axe Murder House gained a sinister reputation as a hotspot for paranormal activity. Visitors reported hearing unexplained footsteps, whispers, and eerie voices in the dark corners of the house. Some claimed to have seen the ghostly apparitions of the victims themselves. The house became a chilling reminder of a gruesome past, a place where the line between the living and the dead seemed to blur. Many who dared to spend the night within its walls experienced terror beyond imagination. They spoke of unseen hands touching them, of ghostly figures standing at the foot of their beds, and of blood-curdling screams that echoed through the halls. The Villisca Axe Murder House remains a grim testament to the horrors that unfolded within its walls on that fateful night in 1912. Its dark history continues to draw brave souls seeking to unravel the mysteries that lie hidden in its depths. But be warned, for those who enter may find themselves face to face with the restless spirits of the past, forever trapped in a nightmare that refuses to fade into history. The Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas stands as an imposing and beautiful structure, but beneath its picturesque facade lies a dark history of murder and hauntings that continue to send shivers down the spines of those who dare to enter its hallowed halls. Built in 1886 as a luxurious resort, the Crescent Hotel quickly gained a reputation as a place of opulence and elegance. However, it wasn't long before its tranquil setting became a stage for unspeakable horrors. In the early 1900s, a man named Norman Baker, posing as a doctor, purchased the hotel and converted it into a hospital. His sinister experiments and bogus cancer treatments left many patients dead, their lives stolen by his cruelty. Baker's reign of terror was finally exposed and he was arrested, but his malevolent presence seems to linger within the hotel's walls. One of the most chilling murder stories associated with the Crescent Hotel is that of Michael, an Irish stonemason who worked on the building's construction. It is said that he fell in love with a young woman who was staying at the hotel. Tragically, their love story met a gruesome end when Michael was pushed from the fourth-floor balcony by an unknown assailant, plummeting to his death. His murder remains unsolved to this day, and guests have reported hearing his anguished cries echoing through the hallways at night. As if the tales of murders weren't enough to send chills down your spine, the Crescent Hotel is renowned for its paranormal activity. Guests and staff alike have reported encounters with restless spirits that seem unable to find peace. The most famous ghost is believed to be that of Theodora, a cancer patient who died under Baker's care. Her spirit is said to wander the halls in her hospital gown, sometimes even appearing at the foot of guests' beds. Theodora is known to be mischievous, often moving objects, turning lights on and off, and making her presence felt in various eerie ways. Another haunted spot within the hotel is room 218, which has earned a sinister reputation as the Norman Baker Room. Guests staying in this room have reported hearing disembodied voices, feeling sudden drops in temperature, and even witnessing apparitions. It's as if the room itself holds the memories of Baker's nefarious deeds. Perhaps the most spine-tingling experience is the legend of the ghostly nurse. Many visitors claim to have encountered a spectral nurse who tends to patients as if she's still working in the hospital. Some have even been awakened by her cold, ghostly touch, only to find themselves alone in the room. The Crescent Hotel's haunted history has drawn paranormal investigators and thrill-seekers from all over the world. Countless investigations, TV shows, and documentaries have attempted to capture the hotel's eerie phenomena on film. Many have succeeded in capturing inexplicable orbs, shadowy figures, and unexplained sounds, adding to the mystique surrounding the hotel. Whether you're a believer in the supernatural or a skeptic, there's no denying that the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas is a place where history and horror intertwine. Its dark past of murder and hauntings continues to haunt the present, making it a destination for those who seek a spine-tingling, heart-pounding experience they won't soon forget. Just remember, when you step into the Crescent Hotel, you may not be alone, and the echoes of its haunted history may be closer than you think. So there we have it, 3 stories of gruesome murder and the hauntings that followed. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit that bell so you never miss another tale of horror.